13-year-old boy left home with nothing and walked 292 miles to Paris. That journey and the obsession with craft it forged became the foundation of the most recognizable luxury brand on the planet. Louis Vuitton was born in 1821 in Angers, a tiny village in the Jura Mountains of eastern France. His family had been millers since the 1600s, working with wood and water, shaping things by hand. When Louis was 10, his mother died. His father remarried, and the relationship with his stepmother was difficult enough that at around 13 years old, Louis simply left. He packed whatever he had and set off for Paris on foot. He worked along the way as a day laborer, stable boy, lumberjack. It took him 2 years. He arrived in Paris in 1837 at 16 years old in the middle of the Industrial Revolution. He found work with Romain Maréchal, one of the most respected trunk makers and packers in the city, and he stayed for 17 years. He learned everything about how elite travelers moved, what they needed, how their possessions had to survive the roughness of 19th century transit with carriages, trains, boats. The luggage was thrown, stacked, and handled without care. Maréchal's clients were wealthy enough to demand better. Louis Vuitton quietly became one of the best craftsmen in Paris. His reputation grew so far that he was appointed personal trunk maker and packer to Empress Eugénie, wife of Napoleon III, charged with, in her words, packing the most beautiful clothes in a quite exquisite way. In 1854, at 33 years old, Louis married and opened his own workshop on Rue Neuve des Capucines, steps from Place Vendôme. The sign outside read, "Securely packs the most fragile objects, specializing in packing fashions." His first major innovation came almost immediately. Every trunk on the market at the time had a rounded top that was designed to shed rainwater when stored outside. Kind of practical, yes, but they were impossible to stack. Louis Vuitton introduced the flat-topped trunk. Lightweight poplar wood frame, reinforced slats, covered in a gray waterproof canvas called Trianon Gray. By 1859, he had outgrown his Paris workshop. He bought a plot of land called Asnières-sur-Seine, chosen deliberately. The town sat on a direct railway line into Paris, and the Seine River ran alongside it, allowing poplar wood to be delivered by boat. The Asnières Atelier opened with 20 employees. By 1900, there were nearly 100, and by 1914, 225. Today, 170 craftsmen still work there. The original workshop remains in operation. Here's where things get interesting, because the history of Louis Vuitton's visual